Hello and welcome to TCM's YouTube channel where we discuss Japanese knotweed and other invasive weeds in the UK. Today we're going to look at 8 ways Japanese knotweed can get into your garden. Japanese knotweed doesn't fall from the sky, or does it? Here are 8 ways the problem plant can get into your garden. Before we begin, let's talk about a history of Japanese knotweed and spreading. When Japanese knotweed was brought to the UK in 1850, the Victorians totally fell in love with it. In fact, they put it in their gardens and used it to stabilise the soil in and around railway lines, rivers and mining districts. Today, Japanese knotweed spreads unhindered and causes a lot of property damage unless we professionally remove it. Thanks Victorians. How Japanese knotweed spreads. Japanese knotweed spreads when its stem or root is broken away and taken to new ground. This happens quite easily, which is why knotweed is such a huge problem in the UK today. So how exactly does Japanese knotweed get in our garden? So the first way Japanese knotweed can get into our garden is by rivers. Rivers and streams are notorious for spreading Japanese knotweed. After all, the Victorians used knotweed canes to stabilise embankments. And today, Japanese knotweed fragments can easily be carried in the water to new sites, including our gardens. Unfortunately, increased flooding happening year after year in the UK has not helped this problem at all. If you do live in a flood risk area, do contact us for advice. Number 2, railway lines. If your property lies next to train lines, you're more likely to see an infestation in your garden. As with rivers, the Victorians made use of Japanese knotweed canes to line railway tracks and the surrounding embankment. In fact, when homeowners make a claim against Japanese knotweed, the defendant is often Network Rail. Number 3, mining locations. Over 100 years ago, miners used Japanese knotweed to stabilise the land near and around mining districts. Even today, places once known for mining are more at risk from Japanese knotweed. Sadly, South Wales, Yorkshire and the West Midlands in the UK are therefore especially prone to having the invasive weed. Number 4, fly tipping. Not only are they eyesores, fly tipping can encourage Japanese knotweed to spread. This is because many people dump Japanese knotweed clippings illegally and accidentally help it to spread further. So if you do live near a fly tipping zone, be extra wary and contact us to discuss root barrier membranes. Birds. Although irregular, it's not impossible for birds to pick up and transport Japanese knotweed to new locations. Yes, Japanese knotweed can quite literally fall from the sky. Typically, birds and other creatures will pick up knotweed in their mouths to use for nesting and can drop these clippings wherever they go. Number 6, humans and pets. Have you accidentally brushed past a knotweed plant out and about? Has your dog frolicked through a forest of knotweed canes? It's not common, but knotweed can be transported via clothes, shoes, fur and paws, so watch your step. Number 7, introduced soils. If you have imported soils into your garden, such as from a friend's garden, you may find that their soil contains fragments of knotweed. In this instance, you will unknowingly have infected your garden. It's always best to check the materials in whatever soil you're introducing to your garden, especially if it's from a friend or a neighbour and not from a garden centre. And number 8, neighbours. Of course, it's likely Japanese knotweed has entered your property via the neighbours. They too are susceptible to being invaded by Japanese knotweed from rivers, railways and so on. So no matter how Japanese knotweed got into your garden, you should get rid of it before it takes over your home and mortgage. Contact us today via our online form or give us a call. Bye for now. We do not have a name for this. We are just talking about Japanese knotweed.